Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm testing out the Ford Ranger V6 Platinum, a true beast of a Bakkie that's got all the comfort and capability you could ask for. To make this road trip even better, I've got two of my favorite car enthusiasts with me, Glenn from Glenn on Cars and Joe from Joe on Cars.
This one is coughing like he's dying, and that's Glenn on Cars. This is our
today. We are gonna be with Dylan and
we are with Joe.
We're shooting.
We are shooting. We have the BMW 180.
If you love funny yet informative car content, be sure to check out their socials where they have reels and TikToks which are so funny with these vehicles. All of my test cars, they're always funny, these guys. You'll find the links in the description below. But today's video isn't about the Ranger Platinum. It's about the history of the Ford Ranger, particularly here in South Africa. So buckle up as we drive down memory lane while cruising through Zeerust in style. Back in 2000, Ford introduced the first generation Ranger to South Africa. It was tough, dependable, and made for the job site. But in 2008, the game changed. The Silverton manufacturing plant in Petrol started producing Rangers not just for us, but for Africa and beyond. Yep, these Bakkies were globetrotting long before Instagram made it cool. Fast forward to 2011, and we got the second generation Ranger. This wasn't just an upgrade, it was a revolution. Ford invested in a single platform setup at Silverton, cranking out 110,000 Rangers a year. Suddenly, South Africa wasn't just making Bakkies, we were making global icons. And let's not forget the 2019 arrival of the bi-turbo diesel engines and the legendary Ranger Raptor. These weren't just Bakkies, they were statement pieces. By the time the second gen chapter closed in 2022, South Africa had produced a staggering 873,751 Rangers. 2/3 of those were exported, making us a global Bakkie powerhouse. Now, let's take a closer look at the evolution of the Ranger. We've got some snapshots of each generation and special editions that made waves.
Wikipedia says there are 4 generations of the Ranger, but Ford South Africa claims there are 3. Here's how it all lines up. The first generation Ranger was produced from 2000 to 2011. It was rugged, reliable, and ready for anything. It laid the foundation.
Now this is where things get interesting. The second generation Ranger brought new engines, more space, and a touch of luxury. For example, the Stormtrack was one of my test cars, and it was an absolute gem for long drives and off-road adventures. And then boom, the Raptor arrived. The first generation Raptor redefined what a Bakkie could do, with Fox shocks and Baja-inspired performance. Man, what a beginning of an era. With the next generation Ranger, Ford really gave us options. The double cab XLT is perfect for families. The super cab XLT is a workhorse with a twist. And the Tremor, well, that's for when you want to flex a bit of off-road. But my favorite is the V6 Ranger Raptor. It's got 292 kilowatts, 583 newtons of torque, and enough adrenaline to make your morning coffee redundant. Check out my full reviews of these models in the links below. Then came the third gen Ranger in 2022, and Ford wasn't playing games. They expanded the Silverton plant to produce a whopping 720 Rangers a day. That's one every 2 minutes. They even built a stamping plant and the world's only Ford-owned chassis plant. I mean, when Ford says they are serious, they are not kidding. This investment wasn't just about Bakkies, it was also about the people. Ford employs over 5,200 folks directly and supports around 60,000 jobs in the value chain. That's just not building cars, but building communities. Then we had a road trip to Zeerust, which is in the northwest. About 260 kilometers from where we started with a full tank of diesel, which is 81 liters to be exact. That set us back a mere 1.7, 46 Rand 83 cents. Expensive? Sure. But when you're driving a Ranger Platinum, you're paying for a first-class ticket. The journey was smooth like warm butter on toast.
The Ranger's suspension soaked up every bump, and the cabin was very quiet, with the sound of that V6 roaring every time I overtake someone. Once we reached Zeerust, I had the brilliant idea. Let's take some content by the nearby dam. And while I did get some epic shots, let's just say the motherland had other plans. For the full drama, check out Glenn's Facebook page where he documented the whole saga. Spoiler alert, it's very muddy. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, the Ford Ranger V6 Platinum. Under the bonnet, you've got a 3-liter turbo diesel V6 pumping out 184 kilowatts and a massive 600 Newton meters of torque. Translation, it will tow your caravan, your boat, and maybe even your neighbor's caravan, just for fun. This is, of course, the same V6 which you do get in the beastly V6 Ranger Raptor. On the inside, it's luxury overload. Heated seats, a massive 12-inch touchscreen with Ford Sync 4 system, and enough space to make you forget you are in a Bakkie. And don't even get me started on the safety tech. Adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and a 360 camera that makes parking a breeze. It's so fancy, you might forget to load it with the actual work gear. Just kidding. This Ranger got a payload of over 1,000 kilograms and towing capacity of 3.5 tons. Fancy doesn't mean fragile, folks. Now let's talk competition. Obviously, the Toyota Hilux comes first. Solid guess, but it doesn't have the Ranger's tech and refinement. The Isuzu D-Max? A great workhorse, but not as versatile. The Amarok? Well, funny story, it's actually built on the same platform as the Ranger, so technically it's like comparing twins. Priced at 1.1 million, the Ford Ranger V6 Platinum isn't cheap. But when you consider the performance, luxury, versatility, it's worth every cent. This isn't just a Bakkie, it's a statement. So there you have it, Mzansi, the Ford Ranger V6 Platinum. A Bakkie that's tough as it's luxurious, as South African as Bryce and Biltong. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you pick this over its rivals? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Until next time, drive safe and stay awesome.
Yeah. This is a real death. Anyway, we're chasing sunsets.